So this week at Dundalk we have the Patent Stakes, the Kentucky Derby qualifier. I made a bit of an error with that last week, but we had a nice YouTube preview debut, and we had some nice winners on a 12-1 shot placing. So we'll get right into it and hope for more the same this week. First race of the night is quite a competitive handicap with the likes of Narinkal and Wildshot both involved. My money is going to be on Narinkal though. Back with the cheek pieces on, and he does have a wide draw which doesn't really affect him. He's ran all his races with wide draws. He already has one this month as well here at Dundalk. He's my pick of the race. However, one at a bigger price would be Cautious Approach. Should run a fairly good race at 16-1. She has a great record here at Dundalk and is taking a step up in trip. I'd imagine she'd nick a place here, but my bet is Narinkal to win. The second race of the night is Claymore, and we've got some course specialists here running. The likes of Abel Jack, Tony the Gent, Bellick and Billy Fairplay. For me, it's a toss-up between Bellick, who's a very consistent horse, or Billy Fairplay. I am leaning towards Bellick, however. He's won 3 times over this distance here at Dundalk and has ran most of his better races over 6 furlongs. He did narrowly beat French last time, who is a little overpriced here at 12-1 for this, but I believe Bellick will be very, very close here. An interesting one here for the Hilltop Racing lads here is Acolyte, who is making a reappearance to the track after over 1,000 days off. It'll be interesting to see how that one goes here. He was formerly owned by Godolphin and has won at Maiden, Wolverhampton and Kempton. He probably is the most eye-catching horse here of the whole night, but my pick for this has to be Bellick. For me, Balderillo is crazily overpriced at 16-1 here in the third race. He's been running some excellent races lately and I just can't see him out of the top 3 here. Another big price contender here you can't rule out is James Summers. Ran a nice race here last time, coming third, and 25-1 seems a bit overpriced here for me. She does seem fairly handy on the flat and has good form for it. However, it is worth noting the English raider, Percy Pacheco, trained by Archie Watson. The 5-year-old is quite heavily raced and is making his debut on Irish soil here. It's really an entry that you just have to sit up and take note of here. He hasn't won since August and has never won over 2 miles. So connections must be fancying their chances here at 12-1. Definitely one to keep an eye on. I, however, am sticking with Balderillo each way at 16-1. .630 sees Aidan O'Brien have a contender here in the form of United Front, who is ridden by Shamie Heffernan, who doesn't make too many trips up here to Dundalk. He's a very well-bred colt and could have a good year as a 3-year-old. He came behind some nice horses last year, the likes of Dark Vader and Fort Myers, who ran at the Breeders, and of course Superstar Pinatubo. So if you are basing it off that form, United Front is a cracking bet at 7-4. I personally can't see anything opposing this one here, and he'd have to be my bet of the night at 7-4. The next race we're going to be looking at will of course be the listed Patent Stakes, which is a qualifier for the Kentucky Derby. A field of 10 go here. The O'Briens are trailing half of this field. Aidan has 3 in it and Joseph has 2. Crossfire Hurricane has been impressive, winning 2 from 2 so far. That could continue here. He has won at Dundalk this month already, over 7 furlongs, and holds entries already into the Irish Derby and the Irish 2000 Guineas. He bet Orchid Gardens last time out, but I do feel Orchid Gardens could improve. They both step up and trip here, and that might play a pivotal role here. Orchid Gardens is 25-1, so I do think that's a good each way bet. I do think Crossfire Hurricane will continue a good run here, but Orchid Gardens at 25-1 would be the each way bet for me. Major Power is definitely a major contender here for the 730. He's up £4 from his last ride, won his last 2 races here at Dundalk. He won both impressively, and he should be very close for this. I am, however, going for Call in Time, trained by Jessie Harrington. She's had a little break since Christmas and should bounce back here. Has only won once over 7 furlongs, which was here at Dundalk. I think 7-1 is a good price for her. Anything short than that, maybe the value might be lost there, but I do think she might edge this one out over Major Power. But there won't be too much between them. The penultimate race of the night has a small field of 6, and San Andreas is my pick here. He dominated the field here last time and could put on a similar performance here. Declan McDonough is riding him here this time, and he's trained by Joseph O'Brien, who has a fleet of horses here tonight. But San Andreas should be his banker here tonight. 9-4 is a good price here, and I expect that to shorten as the day goes on tomorrow. Yulong Transcend has been a horse we've been keeping a close eye on, and we've tipped it both times it's ran here at Dundalk, and we'll be doing so again tonight. He definitely isn't a finished product yet, but there is a lot of potential in him. He ran okay, finishing 8th last time out. He was a little bit hampered, however that looks to be a really good race. He's making his handicap debut here tonight and will be wearing cheek pieces for the first time. He's 3-1, it's a little bit short, but like I said, we really believe he's got a lot of potential. If you haven't done so already, please do subscribe to the Racing Records YouTube channel down below. It's just one click of a button. There's not a lot of horse racing content on YouTube like there should be, so we are trying to change that and hopefully give you some winners along the way. YouTube is huge, like a huge platform, and I don't really think that horse racing has been utilised like it should be on YouTube. So drop a subscribe down below and we'll be posting a lot more videos here.